Welcome to Shul Machshava on the Daf. She responds to Lui Nishmas Rabbi Yaakov Shalom Leah Basitzchok and Lui Nishmas, my great uncle, Rabbi Yoy Manuel ben Shalom Hartman, who was nifter this week. We're holding an Avoda Zara Daf Lamet Ches, and the Gemara on this Daf discusses the Gzer Derabanan of Bishul Akum, a cooking by a goy that's Issur. And the Gemara in the beginning of Avoda tells us that anything which is eaten raw and anything which is Eino Oile El Shulchan Melokim doesn't go on the king's table, it's not appropriate to serve by the king, doesn't have the Issur of Bishul Akum. To understand why these things are not included in the Gzer, and why the Gzer is specifically talking about cooking, let's start with the Yaris Dvash, Chelak Aleph Yushud Aleph, who tells us a big insight. He says, before Chet Adam Arishan, before Adam Arishan did the Chet, no food in the world needed any cooking or baking. Everything was ready to eat. He brings the Gemara in Ksuvas that says, the trees will just bring out gluskaris. It means bread will grow on the trees. You're not going to have to bake it. So what changed? So it says, what changed is that when the Nachash came and he made the Adam and Chavo eat from Eitz Hadas, he lowered and he put venom into the food of the world. And the only way to overcome the Nachash is through fire. Fire is greater than the koyach of the Nachash. So that's why the food that Adam eats, mainly the main food Adam eats, the lechem, the basar, the main oichel of the Adam, requires cooking and baking in order to remove all the venom, all the eres of the Nachash. Some foods have more of the koyach of the Nachash, and some foods have less. The more the food has the koyach of the Nachash, the more cooking and baking is required. The less it has, the more raw you can eat it. And brings us the Gemara and says, where's the brach on the bread should be, and the place where it cooked, where it baked the most. Because that means that's where it was fixed the most. So that's the idea of Bishul, of cooking in general. And Likutei Halachos of Breslev, he goes on, takes the same idea and continues it on to explain the idea of Bishul Akum. And he says like this, Bishul is what takes the food and makes it royal achila, makes it a maichel adam. By cooking it, you're taking away all the psoilus, all the bad, all the sitra acha that goes to the nachash, and you make it royal maichel adam. It's royal for adam to eat. That tikkun that makes it into adam, that takes away the evil from the world, cannot be done by a goy. A goy cannot give us the food, cannot take away the koiches around the world, give it to a yid. This is what we mentioned the previous year, the Maharal, that we learned from the pasuk. The Moshe Rabbeinu taught their cheretz that the tikkun ha'oichel of a yid should not depend on a goy. Tikkun ha'oichel, now we understanding, is not just to go and make it ready to be eaten, but if Shabbos take away all the koiches hara and the sitra acha that the food has, that's something a goy cannot do. Continues on and says that's the reason it has to be oil el shulchan melochim, because it has to be davar chashivus that belongs to an adam. It has to be a maichel chashuv u'mechubot sheish bo gedusha yoiser. And especially in Malchus, it goes on to explain what Malchus is all about. But the idea is that in this world we're Oisek and we Mamlech HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So we want to have food that belongs to Melachim, that belongs to Pchina of Malchus. That's the food that we want to take away the Koiches Hara from. And therefore, if it's not such chash of a food, so the goy can do it. Now we're not asking, now we don't have a problem with the goy to do. And Davar Nechol Kamosh Shuchai, something that you can eat it raw, that means it doesn't need a tikkun. So you don't really need the goy. The goy, if the food is edible as it is, so really what the goy is doing in cooking doesn't really have an effect. I mean, it makes it maybe a different taste a little bit. Something, you have a cooked carrot, so it tastes different than a regular carrot. But you're not taking away over here the koiches anachosh. You're not doing a tikkun oichel, which takes away the koiches sitracho. So that's why davoshe oichel kamosh shuchai will be mutter for Yisrael to eat. So the gzeira of Bishul Akum is that the goy should not be involved in making something ready for Yisrael to eat. Putting the koyach of Eish that removes the koyachas around the world, that has to be done by Yisrael. That's what Rabban and Gazru, that's what they told us to do, and that's the concept of Bishul Akum. Anyone who wants to join the Shul Machshava, email us to what's good, please email shulmachshava@gmail.com.